This is Stephanie. This is me.
I got you.
Let's go. Let's do this. Got it? Well, hello, everybody. Stephanie Johnson, aka the Smiling Realtor,
Craig.
aka the Survivor and Thriver.
I'm Craig Sapp. How you doing today? And I'm here with Stephanie Johnson. We're here to talk about her breast cancer and what she went through. And yeah. So Steph, when you found out, how did that go?
So first I want to say I want to share my journey because someone out there may need to hear these words. And I know when I was going through it, I needed that guidance and that person to help me. And there was so many people inspirational out there that have helped me along the way. So that's the reason why I want to share my journey with others, to help anyone else that may need to hear my words.
How did you come about realizing that you had breast cancer? How did you find out that day?
So they always tell you to do your self-tests, self-checks, and that happened when we were living in Woodbridge, or actually living in Alexandria. And I did my self-checks while we were sitting there watching a movie, and I felt a lump. And the lump in my right breast happened to be really, really large, like the size of a grape, and it scared me because I know my breasts are naturally lumpy, but that one just kind of, that was a little different. So, of course, I had you feel it to confirm, and it was, in fact, abnormal. So immediately the next day, went to my doctor, best doctor out there.
We called the next day.
We called, made an appointment,
Rothman.
Dr. Rothman, right. And we went to the office, and he's my OB, and he referred me to Dr. Weintrick. And Dr. Weintrick, basically at that time, I don't know, helped me fill in the gaps, because honestly with this, I hate to say my memory's a little scattered on it, but that's why I have you here as well, to help me fill in the gaps. But I don't even remember how long from that point that it took me to see Dr. Weintrick.
From Dr. Rothman, it was about maybe, we set the appointment and went in the next week.
Okay.
I do believe it was on a Thursday we went in. No, on a Monday we went in, and they felt it. We went back on a Thursday.
Okay.
They took the test, the bypass.
The biopsy, right?
My fault.
At the Mount Vernon Hospital, right? I remember that part.
And then we went back to his office, because
Yeah.
it was right upstairs. We went to, I think, or right downstairs in the
Right
hospital.
downstairs, and that's where his old office used to be at, right?
Then we came back that Monday, and that's when they told us that you had breast cancer.
Yeah.
So my next question is, when they told you had breast cancer, I already know. How did you feel?
So when I got the news, I don't know, my nickname was Tough Boat. You know, always stay tough. My dad always wanted a boy, and I was the only child, so I was a girl, so I always wanted to be tough and just, you know, act like nothing was wrong. But deep down inside of me is just the main thing. A lot of things were going through my head. My main thing was, oh my God, out of everything, my mom had a heart transplant. My dad passed away in 2010. He needed a heart. So I wasn't even thinking about me having breast cancer, like out of everything. The main thing was, am I going to live to see my daughter, like, grow up? Am I going to see Sanaya go through high school, go through college, see her get married? That's all the things that was coming in my mind. Like, am I going to need chemo? I don't even know anything about that. Radiation. It's just so much things when you're going through stuff, you just don't realize, like, the magnitude of it until, I don't know, it's a lot of things were going in my head. And I guess the main thing was my daughter. Am I going to live to see her? That was my thing.
Because I remember when we came out from the hospital, I'm always doing the driving.
Yeah, I was lazy.
That day you got in the driver's seat, and we came out, we was on Route 1, and I looked at you and I went, and you said...
Hold on a minute. So, you're going to have to probably stand this way, because the wind is just, it sounds like you're in a tunnel. So, Stephanie is awesome, but you sound like you're in a tunnel. So let me just do one quick test.
Maybe that's my
But
voice.
yeah.
No, you're always in a damn tunnel.
She can hear us, I'm going to be
Nice.
good.
I know. Nice. All right. All right. All right. Love it. Love it. Let me double check. But yeah, it's windy and the microphones are not are more for indoors than outdoors.
And then I was facing this way because,
Right.
my teeth is good on this
Oh,
side.
you look better on this side.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
got
know.
it this side.
Yeah,
look,
I
see
knocked
this?
out the other ones.
See this side?
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
no. That's on tape too.
All right.
She did
All
it.
right. Yep. Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember when we came out from the office and we was driving down Route 1 and I was like, and you like, don't say nothing to me and all of that. And all you kept on saying was, am I going to see my daughter graduate? Am I going to see my daughter graduate?
Yeah.
And then you pulled over on 95 and you said it. Do you remember what I told you?
So first I got in my mode is like anytime I go through something, sometimes, not most of the time, all the time you would drive. But when I got into my mode, it's kind of like, let me drive, don't talk to me. Let me process this. Let me process what's going on right now. This is like a lot to chew and yeah. But what did you say to me? I know we pulled over on a 95.
I told you, I said, don't worry about it. You're going to see her get her master's.
Yeah.
So you'll be here.
So, yeah. But then I said, okay. It took me a little while to get to it, but then I'm like, after that, I kind of snapped. I was like, okay, now what's next? What's my next step? What do we need to do? All right, I caught it now. I'm here at this phase. What do we need to do?
After that, we had 3 months to prepare for the double pass.
Yeah.
So during that 3 months, what was at that time, knowing that you had it and then you about to go and take care of it, what was going through your mind at that point? To let people know for the people that might receive it one day, they could also.
A lot of things were going in my head, like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. It was before the operation. I want to do this. And then thinking about the operation at first, it's just, I only had cancer in my right side. But then I said, and I was looking at Angela Jolie, reading on people that, instead of doing a mastectomy, they did did both breasts. So I said, you know what? No, I didn't want it to spread. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and do both breasts. So that's exactly what I opted to do. Right. And working, I wound up taking off. The operation was what? August 5th. August 5th.
If I'm not mistaken.
I wound up taking off a week vacation or something like that. And I said I wanted to, I'm not saying it was my last hurrah, but I didn't know how I was going to be after the operation because I was going to have some downtime. So I wanted to go out and do some stuff. Yeah. So we never been to Hershey Park, and we went to New York for a wedding.
For Mark's wedding.
And then we went
for
Lisa's wedding. Get it right, yes.
We went there, then we went to Hershey Park, came back home.
Yeah.
Relaxed a day. And then the next day I went and picked up your mom's and came back.
Right.
And then that's when you and your mother that morning went. Now going to the hospital, on the way to the hospital, getting the operation, what was the feeling like? Because I wasn't with you at that time. So this is all you right here.
It was all, it was, I don't know, it was all God, honestly. It's like, hey, Steph, don't fear it, don't worry about it. Everything's going to be just fine. God's got you. You're going to pull through just fine. It's not your time. You got a whole life to live, and this is nothing. Your mom went through a heart transplant. You're fine. You're okay. So out of everything that I've been through for my surgeries, for heart, for thyroid, my head bone's connected to my neck paralysis. I've been through a lot of surgeries, but I knew I was going to be okay.
And that's the thing a lot of people don't know is that after you had the surgery, a domino effect happened.
Right.
Where it was your heart, your lungs, your thyroids, all of that played into effect also, where you couldn't get the chemo. Now we went to New York, Hershey Park, had fun, came back. Now gotta be up, 4 in the morning to leave out. You kiss Sanaya later. Give me a kiss. You and your mother get in the car.
No eating after midnight. I think that was a killer right there.
But
I'm a foodie.
But getting there, going there, and you had to drive all the way up until they put you out. How did that feel? what was going through, once again, your mind at that time? I know I keep asking what's going through your mind, but
Well, because
we want to know. We want to know.
a lot of things are going through my mind. The main thing is the main things that go through your mind when anything you're going through. Like, am I going to be okay? Like, what's going on? Like, is this surgery? The doctor, Lord, please let the doctors know what they're doing and take care of me, and just keeping my faith. That's the main thing. Being nervous, being scared. Am I going to see my daughter? Am I going to be okay? That was the main things that was just kept popping in my head. But then at the end of it, I'm like, you know what? Calm down, stuff. You're going to be fine. You're going to be just fine. And then, yeah, I knew I was going to be fine. I knew it. And I guess the main thing, too, is having so many people behind me and around me, my support system. That's key. Yeah, part of my support system, Marcy, my mom, my daughter, my friends. You really see who's there for you in your times when you go through stuff, and just having that support system is key. So, yeah.
I did that
And
a lot
above-
to make her laugh a lot, because she was going through, I mean, it's been many a nights where I came in there and in the bathroom, I'm like, wait a minute, she's in the bathroom a little too long, and I go in there and she just didn't even take a shower yet. She's just in tears. So
Yeah, I guess even like going through that, finding out the shower was one of my besides God, the shower was one of my getaways, and one of my moments to sit there and just cry it out. I always say that I'm smiling all the time, I'm happy, and I put on that face, but deep down inside I was going through a lot of stuff, and just feels good to open up about it. And just I had a hard time with that, to like put on that face. You're always knowing, me, like you put on that face, but deep down inside I was going through a lot. So just to sit there and just cry it out. And then once I got out that shower, it's kind of like those tears are washed in a drain, and I just, all right, Steph, let's go, let's do this. You got it, you're fine.
just relax.
Yeah, relax, relate, release.
You got it.
So
and that's what happened. You relax, you relate, you release.
yeah.
You went in, you had the operation with Dr. Wontrack. We was going back. We had like 5 doctors a day we was seeing.
And don't forget about the fact that going through this, it takes, people don't understand unless you actually really go through it. Like, I'm not going to be saying I knew all about cancer or anything, but when you go through it, it's a lot different, because like going through it financially was a huge strain. And Miss Martha Carucci with the National Foundation, and Dr. Weintrick, they were there. Even Miss Gala, they were there. Everyone was there for us to help us financially, help us with providing Christmas. Those are things you really don't think about when you're going through it. There were so many organizations out there, and my hat's off to those people and those organizations that help people like me, because you never know. You never know.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
So now that you got and it's what now, 3?
Well, remember it
4 years?
took me some time to get the breast,
I was getting to
because it took me some time to get that.
But having them now, and up to the point where you was getting them, how do you feel? Because getting them, I remember you was like, I can't wait to get them. I can't wait. And then you got them, and then you had to wait to get them largest or whatever. We really wanted the big ones, but
that was you. You understand. I made jokes along the line, because that kind of sarcasm, me laughing, gets me through a lot of stuff, especially things I'm going through. It's so serious. Like, everyone knows me. I love Dolly Parton. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna work 9 to 5. I'm gonna have my dollies. Yes, I'm gonna come alive. So everyone's like, are you really getting dollies? I'm like, it's only me joking. But
and me was like,
but just getting to that point though, working with the Nova Alexandria Hospital, the therapist Lillian, and can't forget my girls. I appreciate Mary Beth. Thank you guys. I couldn't get my arm up. I couldn't go like this. Because I needed to be able to go like this to put my hands over for the radiation machine.
the girls downstairs.
And the girls downstairs. I mean, there's so many people that when you say support system can be family, friends, community, like coming together, all helping me, Stephanie, helping each other out, and that's what it's about. Yeah.
I want to say,
yeah.
hey guys, listen, man. We don't know how that feels. Some of us do, but we don't. So stay with them, man, because when you hear about breast cancer, sorry to say, but the first thing you think about is death. That's the first thing she was thinking about is death. And what can you say to somebody that's thinking of death? You know, you just gotta look at it if it was you. And just be there for them like you would want them to be there for you. And stick it out, man. It's a beautiful thing.
So I can tell you that the walks, when I first went through it and I remember that first year, that second year, Miss Mary Edwards, I won't forget Miss Mary Edwards, she came to me, and that first walk, I looked around, and I'm looking around of all the women around me that had the survivor shirts on or that were going through it, and she came up to me and she gave me a big old hug, and she said, "You're gonna be fine, you're gonna be just fine," and her smile just lit up. So people like Miss Edwards and so many others that came up to me encouraged me to, like, look, you're not the only one. It's a whole sisterhood of warriors here. We're all in this together. Just looking around at everybody in that crowd was so powerful. And that's what made me want to get my message across, to tell my story, to tell my journey of what I went through, to help others.
Because you did what? 3, you did the golf tournament.
Yeah.
Then you did one for Miss Gal.
Yeah.
Right?
We will survive cancer. Yeah.
We will survive cancer.
Yeah.
So
And they also helped us out too when we needed needed help for Christmas too. So, and then just doing events and speaking and telling people my story that helped out. And so many people reach out to me online, Facebook, and they want to know about, what I went through and how I feel, and I'm open about that. Why not share that? Because I could help someone else. Why not share that? There's been so many times,
That's the reason why we're doing this now.
Right. And there's been so many times people are like, "So how's your titties look now? Are you happy with them?" I'm very honest. No, I'm not happy with them, but at the same time, I am 4 years out now, cancer free.
Just letting you know.
So
I picked those out. I rubbed them. Put them on am I lying? I did all of that.
Okay. All right. We're trying to do,
Now it's over with. You're free of cancer.
Yep.
Do you still take checkups and stuff like that to let people know that it's not just over with? You get that and it's done with. It's still a process that you have to go through.
Actually, last month I went to my doctor's to make sure that everything's good to go. So I did have my checks with my doctors, and when I say doctors, I mean doctors. So I guess have my heart, my thyroid.
Heart, thyroid, lungs.
My lungs. I see like 4 or 5 doctors. I take heart medicine daily to keep me going. Now I have my regular doctor I see because under COVID, I am now a diabetic. I know I'm sweet, but damn, I didn't know I was that sweet. I make jokes of stuff because no matter what I go through, like this diabetic stuff, I'm like, okay, it's something new, whatever, I'm gonna be fine. The main thing is keeping your faith and knowing that everything's gonna be just fine. You got this, no matter what, you just keep moving on. And that's the whole thing. Like life will knock you down in so many ways, but it's just a matter of you getting up each time and fighting hard. That's what it's about.
Yes.
That's what I say it's about.
So we started a journey, and the journey is not finished.
No, it's never.
It's going to continue
just starting.
on. You're going to hear more about it from Stephanie Johnson, your smiling realtor. And I want to say thank you for this.
No.
Because for being there with you and learning, and then also, remember before you had it, my aunt Anita had breast cancer. We just went through with that. So by me going through with you, I'm able to help other people out now because I know what they going through, and I can just tell them, hey, listen, it'll be all right, But
Right.
this is what you got to do. You got to have this type of faith in order to make it.
And a lot of people that you don't know go through it, and even just not even just breast cancer, cancer in general. Like, please,
Just go and
go get
checked
yourself checked up. Okay, go get yourself checked up. That's the only thing I say. I don't care if I know it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Yes, no doubt, but cancer related anything, go get yourself checked out. And my prayers to the family that have lost people along the way. Valerie, one of my good friends, Valerie Nixon.
Yes.
You know, God rest your soul. You're an angel looking down, but I was thankful to have met you and met some other warrior sisters through you.
And-
My best friend Kim just lost her sister. So we all are in this together, and there's no cure for it right now, but the best thing that we can do is go and get ourselves checked up. Just know that you out there, you have a support system. I'm here for you if you need me. So feel free to reach out to me. My number is blasted on the internet everywhere, and you can reach out to me, and I really mean that from the heart. Much love to you guys.
The journey is not finished.
No, it's never. Just starting.